To make a confidence interval for proportions in JMP, you can either enter your own data or use pre-made data. For this first example, we're going to use pre-made data that we already have access to. So here we are. With this data, we need to use a categorical variable. Categorical variables will always be data that have a red bar graph next to them. Right here, gender is categorical. Satisfied with weight is categorical. Class level is categorical. So we need to go to Analyze, Distribution. Under Analyze Distribution, we need to pick our variable. We can double-click, drag and drop, or click on the Y button right here. We just need to bring it over to this box. When we hit OK, we get the distribution. Next, we can stack it to make it look a little bit nicer. And finally, under the second red arrow, we can pick confidence interval and select from some pre-made ones if we like. There's a 90%, 95%, and 99% confidence interval. Selecting other gives you the ability to put in any level you like. So let's go ahead and put in an 80% confidence interval. Now we have our confidence interval. The confidence interval is over here on the right. We are 80% confident that the true proportion of females in this population is contained in the interval 52.063% to 57.1485%. This is a confidence interval built from the sample proportion. The sample proportion is right here and is actually at the center of the confidence interval. So this is one way to make a confidence interval, but we have another way if we don't have data to start. We can go to File, New Data Table. With this in mind, we need to enter in our own data. And you can copy paste it in or just write it in. So let's say we are working for a CD factory and we want to look at defective CDs. With this in mind, we can see if they are defective yes or defective no. Is the CD defective? So let's change it to not the plural. Defective CD, yes or no. We can get a frequency here, which is just a count. Under the frequency, maybe we have 251 that were defective, and we have 749 that were not defective. If you notice here, we have sampled 1,000 CDs, of which 251 were defective and 749 were not defective. The process of making a confidence interval is very similar. We'll go to Analyze, Distribution. This time again, we will put defective CD into the Y box. But now we will need to put frequency over here into the frequency box. This is telling it the count of how many defective CDs there were and how many not defective CDs there were. Going ahead and hitting OK will bring us back to here where we can stack it to make it look nice again and add back in our confidence interval. This time we'll use a pre-made one of 95%. Dragging and dropping over, let's go ahead and interpret our confidence interval. I am 95% confident that the true proportion of defective CDs is contained in the interval 22.5% to 27 rounding up, 9%. I am 95% confident that the true proportion of not defective CDs is contained in the interval 72.12% to 77.48%. Notice once again that the sample proportion is contained in the middle of the confidence interval. Good luck, and if you have any questions, email me.